driving that back right in towards the square. Numbers there. Michalowski, more known for the front and centre. Look at that tackle there, Duff. Terrific work. And I believe he's going to be rewarded. Gee, that was nice play. Have a look here, Duff. He didn't get it. Look at him just grab that, pin that arm, and there was nothing more that, unfortunately, Zeman could do but drop the ball cold.
Yes. Great tackle, but the kick didn't quite go the distance there, and it's cut off by that man. You know who it is for the Tigers, and they're away. Can they get their second goal? They've worked very hard here, Hoppy. I feel as though they've got a bit of a chance here at a second goal here.
Yeah, that was Karotki who got it across now, and it's Gale who was the recipient of this free kick. Well, he looks pretty confident. His ability to kick that one is a long way out. Goes back down with Cornish trying to mark it. He can't do so. In there is Gale again. And I believe there is going to be a free kick paid.
What's this bloke in the background doing? He's just moving the chips there, Andrew.
Oh, no. Oh, I'll tell you what, that goal umpire there, it's a goal umpire, Povey, he's eaten the chips. He's on strict instructions from his wife not to take the chips, and he's tried to hide them behind the goalpost, yes, just so he won't get into trouble.
And bad luck there for the young fella, number 40, Hewan Watts. Oh, sorry, no, that's not Hewan, that's Mitchell Cornish. As the ball just went across the face, so another point there to the Tigers. Yes, you've got to, very important to hide the chips, isn't it?
Yep, no doubt about that. As it comes back out towards Cornish, trying to push that ball forward. Down in hard is Marriott. We know Marriott is going to be a tough little fella. His dear old dad was a tough player for Lauderdale and for Lindisfarne as well, Duff.
He was, yes, and could roost the ball about 55 metres, if I remember correctly there, Hop.
Yep, Justin Marriott was a very, very long kick of the ball, as now go the handball. Great teamwork to Michalowski. He doesn't quite get the handle the first time, but you know that he's going to go back with a very, very big second effort, Duff.
That's right. So, and he's back in here in the ruck this time. He just doesn't give up all day, does he?
Another thing that I like in the STJFL, Duff, normally, you know, the big tall ones come in, but if you're the man on, oh, there's an interesting play. They probably think if he can't have his glasses, so let's just try and take the glasses off him so he can't see where he's going to go. As we can see, very clever play. Of course, we're not trying to be flippant. It was an accident. Of course, it was an accident here, unfortunately. You see here, he's going there, then all of a sudden, whoop, gone, and couldn't see where he was, and he's gone back and got it. He's a cracker, young Michalowski, Duff.
Yeah.
We really love his work. And
looks like we've got an injury back here, Andrew.
Yeah, unfortunately, just behind play there, the Tiger went down in that action. And this is, again, terrific work played by our coaches. Just the paramount thing is the safety of our players in the STJFL, Duff.
Yeah, and guess who it is? It's Reece Tomlin, who's just about the BOG for me, Hoppy, but you're right. We want to make sure that everybody's out there and they're safe and they're happy. And he's just copped one, but you know what, Andrew? He's going to continue on here, which is very, very brave.
That was in that ruck contest when he went up against Dante Michalowski. He just jumped hard for the ball, Duff. They were both going for the ball. Nothing in that at all, but unfortunately Tomlin took the knee to the waist and he's decided just to have a spell. So the two Blues go back in. Terrific work there, Duff.
Oh, they're one player down now to the Tigers, so that makes it very difficult. And when you've got that man Tomlin off the ground, it's like having 2 or 3 players down because he's that good, Andrew. Absolute champion of a player, as the two Blues have got a kick on goal.
So it was Noah Stewart who went back to have that one, and he has slotted that through for a very, very nice shot on goal, Duff.
And what I like too, Andrew, was over here was the great vision of his teammate to pass the ball. He could have had a shot himself at goal, but he passed the ball over and sent it to the player who was in a much better position.
Yeah, it was a really good kick, wasn't it? It was a strategic kick in that they didn't want to just kick to a pack, and that's why Noah Stewart led out to try and create some space. Unfortunately, the Tigers weren't awake to that tactic, Duff, and they came up with a very nice goal to the two Blues as we're going in on now in the 10-minute mark of this last quarter.
And look who's back. He's back, Hoppy. He's recovered. He stood on the side with Mum and Dad for about 2 minutes, and he looked out and he went, no way, I've got to get back out there. And it just shows great character of a player to come back after a heavy knock, to get back out there with his teammates, back out in the trenches, Hoppy.
Yeah, he certainly did so as Booth takes that mark, and Booth will go back to try and push that ball forward for the two Blues. They do so. They've got some open space with Michalowski. He picks it up, tries to handball back, but he hasn't disposed of that one correctly as Joshy Zeman put an enormous amount of pressure on, as we can see here. As soon as he picked it up, he tries to take him on, and it's a reward there for good effort to the Tigers, Duff.
Yeah, and again, the umpire right onto it, so the Tigers just trying to play this game out with some good tackling, and hopefully they can get a little bit more run in this last few minutes and get another goal on the board. As they're 1-4-10 to the two Blues on 78.
It was Marriott who picked that one and thrust it over his right shoulder. Gregory picks the ball up, just gets the boot to it, Duff. Free-flowing locks over towards Booth. Whistle on play, and there'll be a free kick. As we're seeing some of those other teams, if you're wondering what's happening, ladies and gentlemen, that is the next game. Those next kiddies are starting to warm up, Duff.
Yeah, it looks like the Central Hawks from up the Midlands there are coming down to play the next game, as that's a good smother there. That's what we like to see in Aussie rules. I know one team in particular is very, very good at the smothering. Hoppy, you know who that is? The St Kilda Saints, mate. Look out for those boys as we run into the finals. But back to this big game here in the STJFL, as it's the Lindisfarne two Blues getting to the ball first. We've got another injury. Somebody's gone down again. It's young Tomlin. It's like he's a marked man. Gee, and they've got a little bit of time here as the two Blues come forward, and that could be just about out in the full. And a free kick here to Joshy Zeman. As let's look down the ground, and hopefully Tomlin's okay as he hop.
Yes, he's a warrior. I think, has that been a siren, Duff?
Just giving us the signal that he's all right. I think that could be the end of the match, actually.
Yeah, she's all over Red Rover, as the two Blues end up comfortable victors. Duff, it was Marriott with a couple, Booth a couple, Talbot a couple, Watkins the single, Stewart a single, Fletch a single, and 3 to Jones. And Zeman was the goal kicker for the Tigers in what has been a very, very entertaining game here at Anzac Park. Duff, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, well, it was an interesting match, wasn't it, Hoppy? Kingborough out of the blocks, got that first goal in the first quarter via Zeman, and then it wasn't until I think about the 5-minute mark of the second quarter that the two Blues finally got on the board. But then from there onwards, they just went bang, bang, bang for the rest of the match. But full credit to the Tigers for fighting this one out, Andrew.
Oh, they fought it out. There's no doubt about that. And we love the way they play the game in very, very good spirit. For Lindisfarne, they moved the ball well. They had their heads up at all stages, and they were looking for each other. So very, very well coached. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you have enjoyed the game as much as the co-commentator here, Duff, and I. So we're just about ready to get our sea legs back on as we get on board the HMAS Duff and head off back to Hobart. That is all from Anzac Park in the big clash, Lindisfarne versus the Tigers. I hope you've enjoyed your day.
Well, there we go. The last time they'll sing that song this year.
Boom, boom, boom. We'll never really to the fire.